In today's video, I'm going to show you how to navigate New Year's resolutions so your nutrition clients can get amazing results that last and you can help more people and make more money. It is that time of the year. After a long and committed social and drinking eating season, many people are ready to make some dramatic changes to their health, and it all starts with setting some New Year's resolutions. Literally in the last 5 minutes, I've seen multiple people say that they're never going to eat carbs again and they're completely done drinking. All stuff that may not be realistic or even sustainable. And for those reasons, there's been this movement in the fitness industry to look down on New Year's resolutions. And that's wrong, or at least a little misguided, and today I'm gonna tell you why. So you're gonna see other coaches on social media posting and saying things like this: you don't need a new year to start making your health a priority. Which is true. Of course, people should be working on their health and fitness all year round. So they don't need some drastic overhaul once per year and completely change everything at an arbitrary date. But this goes against everything we know about human psychology, and against what our clients actually want, which is the most important part. We like a fresh start. When given the chance to delay things until Monday or until a new month, we take it. And if you're a fitness pro watching this, don't tell me you don't do that in other areas of your life. Maybe fitness and health are a part of your daily structure and commitment. But if you have to recertify one of your certifications, do you do it at the first available moment? No, you delay it. This is just human nature. We like a fresh start. We like when the stars align. And the new year presents this. And for a lot of people, if they're motivated to make some sort of change in their health and fitness at this time of year, they should take it, because now we also have an opportunity to help them. With that being said, I think where resolutions get a bad rap is in the name. A resolution is by definition something that you're going to stop doing. Cut out entirely. Completely black and white, which for most people isn't sustainable or realistic, especially when it comes to fitness and health pursuits. And if people just focused on what they can slowly add in instead of removing altogether, they'd set themselves up for success and results long term. A resolution puts everything in this black and white and even negative context, and they aren't successful. Studies have shown that over 80% of New Year's resolutions actually fail. 4 out of 5 people won't be able to stick to the resolution. But this is probably because we need to approach them and view them a little differently. Instead of a resolution, people would be better off doing this. They should be setting goals. Not something to avoid, but something to shoot for, something to accomplish in a realistic and sustainable way, and ideally for the right reasons, but let's not get greedy. This is something that they'll figure out through the process, which we're going to talk about next. And we can't just stop at a goal, because a goal is a destination, it's not the roadmap. Someone may want to lose 20 pounds for all the right reasons, but this doesn't really tell them anything about how or what to do to get there. Once we have our trajectory, we need to break up that path and set action steps to get there. This is where all the work gets done. A goal on its own is not enough. So breaking it down into action steps that one person can actually do is very complementary. In the Dr. Mark method, we call this structure and habits. Let me give you some practical examples of this. Over the last 10 years, 2,100 plus people have applied to be a client in my nutrition coaching program. Nearly 91% of them mention weight loss as a goal. So here's how I helped them reach that goal and the action steps they took to get there. Number one, the vast majority of people weren't eating enough protein. So we needed to tackle that through some habits and some strategies to eat more protein. Some action steps look like including a source of protein at each meal, which would be 15 plus grams of protein for a female or 25 plus grams for a male, or increasing the serving size of some commonly consumed proteins, or try working in a new protein source once per week. This was a big one, but just as importantly, number two, they didn't cut out any specific foods. Most thought and were willing to give up something entirely, like carbs or alcohol. And that sounds a little resolution based, doesn't it? I'm not going to eat any of that anymore, or I'm just going to stop drinking entirely. So for most of them, I encouraged them to include one food per day or week that they didn't think they could have. This strategy and guidance allowed them to see that no foods are good or bad, just better or worse in the context of their goals. And when they ate them, they could still lose weight. The world kept spinning, which was another great habit to build and action step in this process. Here's a game changer. They also, number three, cooked more of their own food. You can eat out and lose weight, but I realized pretty quickly the people that ate out more than one time per day really struggled to lose weight. So for some, we set a guideline around not eating out more than one time per day. This meant cooking more of their own food, and the results came easier. You can see that these are all process-related action steps. You can't just wish your way to a goal. You need to take actions to get there. And remember, this just isn't the case for many resolutions. For many people, when they make resolutions, they make these big restrictive changes, and they can't keep up past the second or the third week, so they get frustrated and they quit. And this happens year after year. Goals and action steps, they help solve this. Now, outside of setting goals and action steps, there's one other thing that makes this so much more successful. And there's data to support it, and that is accountability. Check out this stat. In a study focusing on accountability, the American Society of Training and Development found that you have a 65% higher chance of completing a goal if you commit to someone. And the chances of success increase to 95% if you have ongoing meetings with the person that you've committed to. Sounds a lot like coaching, doesn't it? And that is the difference maker here. Set a goal, create action steps, find accountability and guidance, and stick with it. This is the superpower of coaching. Have someone take an objective look at the process and set the path with the right action steps. When this is followed through time with adjustments and check-ins, the person actually succeeds 9 times out of 10. With that being said, there is nothing wrong with resolutions. Actually, there's too many good stories of people having completely life-changing experiences based on New Year's resolutions. Industry-leading coach Carter Good actually lost 145 plus pounds starting with a New Year's resolution. So it's not just people, it's coaches too. But these resolutions need to be done the right way. Use the motivation to set goals instead of something to stop altogether, and get some support and direction along the way to get there. Now, as great as all these tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. Now that you know the secret to New Year's resolutions, learn how to get the best results for your nutrition clients. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.